a lot of people talk about dogs and everything in the postal job, but you got to remember that when you're a postal worker, you have to go what is considered their property, since you're going to the mailbox sometimes at the door. Now, there's three ways that you could get help, and one of the ways is when you're casing. This is mostly for new people, of course, right? When you're casing, you already know your route for the next week. Sometimes you'll hear the individual tell you what to be careful for, what mailbox is hidden, or what to do to make it faster for you. He might tell you. At the same time, you're not grasping because you're nervous. You don't want to make mistakes, especially because you're on probation. You want to do everything right. It will be wise if you get the information, and then once you do the route, put it like 4 or 5 doors away. You don't want to put it exactly at the door when you write a note, because when you're walking around and you look at it on the 4th door, before you get there, it'll say dog in a certain area. Now you could see it. However, there's 2 ways of doing the route. I call it the zigzag motion or a straight shot. A straight shot is basically when you're going in one area and you're walking straight, and then you're gonna boomerang and come back at the same street. On a zigzag motion, you're jumping, you're going across the street over and over and over, because you're gonna probably do 2 streets on it. And in a zigzag, you will know that the dog is like 4 or 5 houses. On a straight shot, imagine he told you the dog is over here, but you're walking that way. You're gonna encounter the dog before you see the what do you call it? The note that you wrote yourself. On the second scenario, that you might know that there's a dog, is that sometimes the previous mail handler couldn't drop off the mail because of one reason or another. But we're right now talking about dogs. He'll probably have, for us, it was a yellow slip, and they'll say dog in the area. So that will help you know that there's a dog. Once again, what I recommend is the yellow thing, take it out, put it 4 houses away, 5 houses, so you could be precautionary when you get to that area, right? The third scenario that you'll know there's a dog is like on one of my routes. This is a route that I do a straight shot, then a little zigzag, come around, and then come back. So I'm walking towards one area, and I'm trying to do everything fast. And on the scanner, it said warning, dog, and all this. And basically, I'm walking, imagine I'm in this house, walking that way, and the dog is right across the street. I'm like, couldn't this scanner notify me like 4 houses away? You basically got the dog ready. You know, he already knows I'm there. I call that dog Lassie because he looked like Lassie. Old version Lassie. So now I'm going straight that way, zigzagging, coming around, and I'm trying to be quiet because I already know the dog is in that area. I'm going to his house, basically the owner's house. And when I'm putting the mail in, guess what the scanner does? Warning, dog in the area. I'm like, really? I'm already at the door. It defeats the purpose of giving me that warning. When I'm at the door, the dog will hear you and he could probably run out. Or if he's outside, he could run from the back. As for me, I didn't really encounter that many dogs and all that, but I'll tell you a couple of things. I've never been bitten. Me and dogs don't get along, but I do know that I gotta avoid them. So I already told you about little Lassie. The second one is so I'm doing this route in this German Shepherd. Me and German Shepherds before, when I was a kid, we get along because I used to have 2. And I'm walking, and this German Shepherd is jumping and jumping. Now, and the reason I get nervous with German Shepherds is because one of my two dogs knew how to jump the fence. Like, he was like a human being. Put a feet over here, put a feet over there, put them over, and then jump. The other one used more common sense. He stood up and then moved the lever, and then he came out of the door. So I always get nervous because he's jumping, and on the mailbox is right here, and the fence is right here, and he's jumping, trying to grab my hand. So you gotta estimate the jump so I could throw in the mail, right? The first one is I gotta open it. Then he jumps and I gotta throw it in. Then he jumps and I gotta close it. So I call him the snitch, or the guy that gives the warning sign, because at that time I do that route, I go back over there and I gotta do walking. And I'm walking, and now I'm behind his house. And behind his house there's 3 dogs. I call it the little triangle. So I'm dropping on one, he's already barking. They already knew I'm there because the German Shepherd, like I said, he snitched me out. And I'm like, damn, man. Once I deliver on that one, then I got little small dog. But before I'm getting over there, this black dog, man, he already has the hole all dug in. All he has to do is like 3 swipes and he could go under the fence. And that one was just hitting the fence like he was ready to attack me, right? And the problem with the little small dog is that he's tied up in the back. But the rope reaches between half of the street and the door. And the box is at the door. But the dog knows how much rope he has because it's like a bungee. He jumps and the rope grabs him and pushes him back. So I gotta estimate it and try to get him tied somewhere and then drop it off. And then I gotta go to the black dog's house. You know, he knows where the mailbox is at. And he's running around and trying to get me. Well, not trying to get me, but try to, bark, intimidate. So I'm trying to hide and just hit it and bounce, right? Just round. Boom. So I'm just telling you the things that I encountered, okay? Like I said, I've never been bitten. The third house, this is, what do you call it? Amazon Sunday. I know he has a dogs, okay? And the problem with his house is it's like, I want to say 50 yards. Because we used to have these houses with big yards. And this guy didn't know how yard it is. He has a long street. And I knew he has dogs, And you got to walk slowly, but they make you knock at the door when you deliver something. So when I knock, I sprint. If you've never seen a post office guy running, you haven't seen me. The fourth one, this dog is always trying to attack me. So what I did is, I didn't care. I just drive the truck, we call it ROBs, all the way to the door. Another like 50, 60 yarder one. And I honk. I don't care. I wasn't coming out. I never come out. And I'm leaving and the lady's running out. So I got to deliver her mail, like slightly open the window and throw it out because the dog is already ready there. On the next scenario, this I don't know what kind of dog because I'm not good with dogs. Pit bull, Rottweiler, whatever, brown and white dog, okay? So I'm over there taking a big parcel to this house. I open my thing, close it, and I'm walking over there. And I saw the owner over there working on his car because it's a curve and there's a bunch of trees. So you can't see inside. Then I realized the dog is just running. Boom. I'm like, is this serious already? So for me, my priority is not get bitten, especially on probation. Especially if you don't have your sad joint, and I'll explain why. So the dog is running at me. I grab the box and I swang so hard that whatever was inside, I'm pretty sure it got broken because the box, as soon as I stopped over here, because I tried to do a switch hit him again, but I didn't hit him because when I swung, he's very smart. He puts his palms down and he digs down. So I hit basically air. When I went like this, ready to swipe again, because I wasn't trying to get bitten, the box already was split. Boom, like whatever was inside is broken. You know what I mean? The owner screamed at the dog ran back, he put him in the garage. I gave him the parcel. I didn't really care. I had to leave. If he wanted to file a complaint, he could file it because the dog was going to bite me. So for me, I always use precaution, you know. And the reason I say about the satchel is if you get bitten, I heard that if you don't have your satchel, then you're going to get hit on it, you know. It's basically they're trying to defend themselves. You do have little pepper spray on it. On my final story about dogs, man, like, you know, I was delivering this mail, right, to this house, and the mailbox was in the middle. It's upstairs and down, and I was trying to, you know, get everything, get all of my mail because you got in certain areas, and I saw the dog jumping, and it's a fence, you know, all fence, like medium size, and I'm like, man, that dog is jumping high, right? And I put the mail in. And while I was walking, like towards, so I could go to the next house, and he jumped, and his palm landed on the fence, on the wire like this. Like literally like came out like this, right? I never heard a dog like scream like a kid, like a little baby. It was screaming. There was two dogs. The other dog was just staring at it. Like, you know, he can't do nothing. Now, you guys may hate what I'm going to say, but I had one of two options. Just keep on walking or try to help him. I'm on probation. I already know that he's going to try to defend himself when I'm lifting this thing. So I kept on walking. The good thing is the owner came in when I was 2 houses deep in that way. I came back and the owner ran inside, grabbed him from the back, lifted him, and then I don't know what she did because it was a lady. I think like a day or two, I went back to the house, to that same house. All these encounters are mostly walking, okay? Except 3 other stories that I gave you. But the main ones that you need to focus are walking. But I went there like, I want to say 1 or 2 days later, and the lady saw me. And she said, you know what? I moved the mailbox so the dog doesn't see you. So you got to hit it from a different angle and then pop out so the dog doesn't get escalated, right? She said, I put him behind for now, then I'm going to let him out. Later on, I saw the dog. The dog never jumped again. But then again, I rerouted my route deeper, you know. The moral story is, you know, you just got to be careful with dogs. They're everywhere. The owners will tell you if he doesn't bite, the dog is not going to bite the hand that feeds him. Especially if there's another male guy that pets him and everything. The dog only sees the truck when it's coming, you know. He don't see if it's the same person or a different one. And you kind of know, once you deliver a parcel to a dog area, you already know you're going to deliver parcels to that area from now on. So now you got to be careful, you know what I mean? Besides that, like, the only time that you won't see dogs out is when it gets like this. It's wet. It's raining. It's cold. Right now it's 44 in here in my house. At the same time, that's one of the reasons I'm happy that I don't work at the mail place. I'm not going to give a lot of hints why I quit it. But you're going to be walking on this. You know, I'm not trying to scare nobody or make you guys happy because you like the rain and you like 44 degrees, but your fingers hurt. You're raining. You got to still make it at a certain time. Each time it gets like this, I sleep better because it reminds me I'm not working there. But it's a good job, by the way. The post office is a good job. Now, if you're north, east, I know you're probably smirking like, oh man, that's nothing. We got snow. You know, that's on you guys, you know. So that's it about me and the rain and the dogs. Dogs are, you guys got to be ready, precautionary and everything, okay? So just have a good day. Be ready to pass your exam if you're on probation. Keep on charging. I think it's like 60, 90 days. Then you get your uniform outlet. I'll talk about the uniforms on my next video, back to back right now that I thought about it. So just have a good day, okay?